Arguably delivering on the classic Futurama feel, we have several episodes of the new run touching on subjects and ideas that truthfully I did not expect to go hand in hand so well. And with some very strange combinations, I'm really enjoying how we're branching out to some of the other characters from the ensemble cast of Futurama, and this time we're giving Hermes a more direct focus. And the episode Planet Espresso overall was very enjoyable, rekindling elements of the past, sharing the importance of the bond between a father and son, along with an unusual origin for coffee. And this is an episode I was looking forward to the most, with very high expectations, with one of the original Futurama writers from the Fox run, Bill Odenkirk, brother of Bob Odenkirk, returning to write this one, his first in over 20 years. But has he still got it, and does this episode live up to expectations? I really like when episodes have a cold opener, and this one did get a good laugh out of me. And yes, it's extremely overplayed, paying homage to 2001: A Space Odyssey, this time witnessing the dawn of man. The monolith has been replaced by a giant coffee mug, and apes then discover the wonders of a good morning coffee. And I am sure this is something many of us can relate to. Let me know in the comments, do you drink coffee, or does it disgust you?
Coffee, where's the coffee? Hello, coffee!
Back in the present day, the future, the Planet Express crew are also enjoying their good morning coffee, where Hermes is unfortunately given some bad news. And this is in the form of a singing hologram, and even though the episode does deal with saddening subject matters, the writers are never afraid to insert random or dark humour, and the silly callback to the episode I Second That Emotion cracked me up, where the sewer mutant Dwayne breaks another guitar string.
Oh, Rhett.
He informs Hermes that his father is on his deathbed in Jamaica, unraveling a previously unspoken family friction. We've heard very little about Hermes and his past. His family life in particular has remained a mystery until now. At first he appears to be upset, grieving for the inevitable loss of his father, but this quickly turns to hatred, and tying things together with another episode written by Odenkirk, there's an excellent callback to Season 2's How Hermes Requisitioned His Groove Back. And the Bureaucrat song is one of my favourites from the series, and I love how this new episode features flashbacks showing the events described to us over 20 years ago. Giving context to the lyric about a hurricane blowing his alphabet blocks out of order, I love how we literally see this moment resulting in his childhood trauma, very sad, and the natural disaster ruins his father's business, who then walks out on the family. This explains why Hermes resents his father now on reflection, but begs further questions about where did he go and why didn't he return to his family. He left his family behind in order to grow a strange crop in the jungle to make money. Now, of course, we are all thinking the same thing, and the episode even confronts this idea several times. It's an obvious joke, but luckily, the story is a lot more creative, tying into the coffee side of things, and seeing his father one last time gives Hermes a new but strange sense of purpose beyond being a bureaucrat and a father. And to be honest, I wasn't a massive fan of the confrontation scene where Hermes bears witness to his father passing away. Not necessarily because of the subject matter, but because of the elongated gags that honestly weren't that funny. I'd arguably say this scene was reminiscent of Family Guy levels of time-wasting humour. Hermes repeatedly frustrates himself trying to talk to his father, who has various impairments, putting his glasses on, his hearing aids in, etc. I feel that this scene would have worked better if the focus was on the emotional impact and gut punch of Hermes losing his dad. Then again, would we really care about this? We know literally nothing about his father, other than the stuff we got from the flashback from Hermes' point of view. His dad is painted as a failure, but maybe his father apologizing and giving Hermes core information about the coffee, or revealing secrets about the farm could have made this more impactful. Either way, his father is still technically the catalyst for the upcoming discoveries. Professor Farnsworth still remains one of the best parts of the Hulu revival, carrying an automatic grave digger to help Hermes bury his father's body, but in doing this, the pair accidentally discover the remnants of a crashed spaceship buried beneath the farmland, and when they venture inside the ship, they find out it's powered by coffee, hinting that coffee itself did not originate on planet Earth. And I also like how the automatic gravedigger has more than one usage. It highlights all the world's leading coffee producers, including Jamaica, containing coffee beans that predate human civilization. Discovering alien bodies only adds to the mystery, where the pair foolishly drinks some of the coffee left in convenient cups on the ship's control panel, and this triggers a psychedelic coffee-induced vision, showing the events of what happened to the crashed ship from over 5 million years ago, and I really like the creativity behind this sequence instead of going with the cliche, checking the ship's mission logs or black box, etc., and it's revealed the aliens brought the coffee to Earth as a gift, blessed as a meaning behind life's progression, and saving the best coffee beans for last, the aliens set a course for Jamaica, but the ship ironically crashed due to a coffee spill. I really like the thought-provoking ideas and the thirst for knowledge given to these two when they emerge from the ship, having learned the secrets behind coffee from the eerie Espresso trip, and they want to share what they have learned, at the risk of coming off crazy, where the professor longs to know what heights humanity could have climbed had the aliens succeeded in their plan. And with this in mind, Hermes offers to complete their mission and stay behind to replant the coffee farm. In doing so, however, the theme of fatherhood is brought into question, and there's been a handful of occasions where Hermes has been blamed for neglecting his son Dwight. Where this is usually unintentional, this time he makes the decision to favour the coffee farm over being with his son. But little do they realise there's more to this than Hermes is letting on, and more going on with the buried remains of his father. Now taking advantage of the coffee farm as a business opportunity, this is where the professor declares Planet Express as Planet Espresso. Yes, they're now a coffee company, and with all the random adventures and sudden company changes, I love how Leela questions their status as a delivery company. I guess someone had to question this at some point.
Don't we, deliver things or something?
Leading to my favourite sequence from the episode, there's a great satire revolving around Fry working as a barista, and if you've ever worked in a coffee shop, some of these moments are extremely relatable.
Whoa! Fellas up, coffee jerk.
Back at the farm, Hermes is celebrating the success of the coffee sales with Planet Espresso, but the absence of his family starts to set in. And I also find it an odd detail how Hermes is using just a regular smartphone to video call with La Barbara. With the iPhone having been used in the revival several times, I thought this would remain consistent, or who knows, maybe Hermes is just behind the times. Making plans to enhance the business further, there's talk of opening a second location, only for Mom to burst into the room. She puts a suggestion out there about franchising the coffee brand, where the professor oddly agrees in the hopes that this will push humanity to the next level the aliens desired. He also makes a point about Hermes being able to return to his family, but as ever, Mom ruins things by twisting the plans into something a lot more sinister, and disrespecting the coffee brand, she plans to use a cheap alternative where Hermes refuses to sell. Finally delivering on a close father-son moment, Hermes stumbles across a shrub that resembles his father. Big reveal, this is his father. They share stories about discovering the space coffee, but seeing Hermes follow in similar footsteps by neglecting his son, he talks Hermes into returning home. That is before Zoidberg cuts the shrub in half, which did get a good laugh out of me. Kind of unexpected, but again, it reinforces the brilliantly timed dark humour. And I did actually quite like the ending to this episode, but there's an extended moment that feels tacked on. Hermes reunites with La Barbara and Dwight, he apologises for leaving them behind, and ends up selling the coffee farm to Mom after all. But then it's revealed that Mom has resold it, making even more money, but who has she sold it to exactly? Well, where it feels like the episode is going to end on a touching moment between Hermes and his son, there's an awkward quick cut to something, like I said before, a lot more sinister. Humans are enslaved by a generation of aliens that plan on ascending humanity to the final level, but what is the final level? Big reveal. These people are destined to become slaves to the aliens, constantly kept awake by the coffee they are buying. Yes, a very peculiar ending for sure. Overall, I thought this episode was entertaining but lacked a lot of the emotional depth usually given to moments of family conflict. But I did like how Hermes was able to overcome his hatred towards his father, he reconciled his differences, and related to him in an unusual way, walking in unfamiliar footsteps. I enjoy Hermes as a character, where this episode added some interesting dimension and backstory to him as a person, plus voice actor Phil Lamar is in my opinion very underappreciated, delivering some extremely memorable one-liners, and he definitely deserves more credit for his performance in my eyes. Giving him a standalone episode was a great move in my opinion, and I hope we do get to see more Hermes-specific episodes in the near future. That's going to do it for this episode breakdown and review looking at Planet Espresso. I hope you did enjoy. Thank you to all who continually tune in each week as we review every new episode of Futurama. It's very much appreciated. Leave me a like if you enjoyed this video, share your thoughts on the episode in the comments down below, and for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel at DVD Review Studios.
Are you threatening me?